So you probably think the accommodations and supports that you take care of at the IEP or 504 meeting is the most important part of the whole process, right? Well, you're close. But there's one more piece that's even more important because it unlocks the keys to what your child needs to be successful in the classroom. If we haven't met, I'm Kyle. I'm a longtime special educator turned education professor, but my most important job is being a father of 3 kids who have their own unique challenges and have their own individual plans that have helped them come so far and make so much progress, which is why I offer up all kinds of tips and tricks for you as a parent so you understand the IEP and 504 process, you know how to work with the school so that your child gets exactly what they need to be successful. So if establishing accommodations and supports at the IEP or 504 meeting isn't the most important part of the process, then what could it be? It's the implementation of those accommodations and supports. But here's the thing, you're probably asking yourself, but if I'm not at school with my kid, how will I know all the different things that are happening? How will I know if the staff is taking care of all the things that we talked about? It's impossible for you to know 100%. But there are some tricks of the trade that can help you make sure that the team at school is implementing the things that you talked about at the IEP or 504 meeting. And that's what we're going to dive into here. So if you know my content, either here on this YouTube channel or on my Recharged Family podcast, you know that I'm all about collaborating with the school. I think it's in the best interest of your child. If we have the parent and the school-based team working together, that's how you get the biggest bang for your buck. That's really how you get your child the best supports. But since you're not at school, you really don't know the ins and outs of what implementation of those accommodations and supports looks like, right? That's where the gentle loving nudge comes in handy. By gentle loving nudge, I'm talking about a specific play you can do a couple weeks after the actual IEP or 504 meeting. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put together an email that's got 2 main components. First, you're going to thank the school-based team, and it's okay if you butter them up a little bit. Tell them that you appreciate the plan that you all collaborated on to work together, and you're really hopeful that it's going to help your child. And the second part of that email is really feedback related. What you're going to do is share with that team that you're excited about seeing how this plays out and whether the accommodations and supports actually help your child over the next few weeks or even months. So just embed into your email that you hope they get back to you in a few weeks just to give you some feedback on their thoughts about how everything is progressing. It all seems pretty basic, right? And you're like, is that really the big play you're talking about? It's not an enormous play, but it's an important play because what you're doing, yes, you're offering up the idea that they can give you feedback. But what's more important, you're giving that gentle, loving nudge. If you send this email a couple weeks after that IEP or 504, it's an instantaneous reminder. Oh yeah, I better make sure that we've got our plan in place and we are actually doing what it is that needs to get done. And the last reminder is making sure that the school-based team knows that you're going to monitor the situation and you want to be an important part of that team. So you need some feedback, which again is going to reinforce the idea of, hey, make sure you implement this plan. So the gentle, loving nudge is really built around the idea that you're going to butter them up, thank them for allowing you to be a collaborative team and working together to devise this great plan, and making sure that we're getting feedback to you so you know what's going on. But the most important part is reminding them that, hey, let's make sure we implement this plan. Because if all we have is a plan without the appropriate implementation, it's not going to help your child. So if you want more tips and tricks on how to effectively help your child get the best plan, check out these videos. And you can also go to rechargefamily.com/community where you can get on the waiting list to get into our community where we're all working together to help parents and educators support kids with disabilities.